Have you ever felt awkward trying to convince someone to say yes? I used to think influence meant talking more, pushing harder, or memorizing scripts. But the truth is, the more you try to persuade, the more people push back. What if I told you there's a way to get people to convince themselves without being salesy, pushy, or manipulative? In this video, I'll show you a fragment of one of our coaching calls where I break this down just by asking the right questions. Let's get into it. Yeah, so it's more than the norm, it's long hours. Remember, if you say it, doesn't have any power. They have to say it.
Okay. I have to
Right?
probe it maybe. That's why I thought maybe I should probe it, to
Exactly. So whatever you think, you have to ask what question can I ask? So he says that. So if you think, oh wow, this person is working a lot, you
Mm.
think that. So what can you ask? So they say that. You just simply ask, cool, how do you feel about that? Or you can ask, how many hours do you work per week? Well, work log hours is 12 shifts. Oh, but it's just once a week, or it's 5 days a week, or how? No, it's like from Monday to Saturday. Oh, it's from Monday to Saturday, 12 hours? Yes. And how long have you been working 12 hours, six weeks, 6 days a week? Oh, since I got started, like 2 years. Oh, okay. How do you feel about that?
How do you feel about
Right? How do you feel about the amount of hours you work? Or you
it?
can just say, okay, do you like it? Like, do you like your current schedule? No, I don't like it. Oh, why not? It's long hours. What makes you say that? Because it's more than the norm. People normally work 40 hours. Now they are saying it.
Yeah.
They are the ones saying it. You see? That's what we need to do. They have to say it, because if they say it, we are tapping into the most powerful source of influence. You guys know what is the most powerful source of influence? Self-influence. They are influencing themselves because it's their ideas.
Uh-huh.
There is nothing more powerful than our own ideas. When we give birth to an idea and we water their idea, is our idea. Like, we believe in it so much so sometimes people are even willing to defend their own ideas, even in the evidence that they are wrong. Have you ever seen someone defending something that cannot be sustained, and they know that they are wrong, but they're just defending it just because it's their idea? That's how powerful our own ideas are. So if I can make you say that you work a lot of hours, that is more than the norm, that you don't like it, now it's you saying that is your idea. Then I ask you, do you want to change all that? Or are you willing to settle for another 2 years working 12 hours a day? No, I don't want to settle for that. So it's like, it's their idea. You see?
Yeah.
That is the magic here. We
Mhm.
are we are not persuading. We're asking the questions so they influence themselves.
Mhm.
It's not even that's what I love about. That's why I always say sales is leadership, because leadership is not telling you what to do,
Mhm.
is giving you the information and asking you the questions so you decide what to do. It's giving you it's facilitating an awareness process based on where you are and where you want to be.
I tried
Yeah,
to
so
find my script. I'm sorry. I forgot.
yeah, it's okay, no worries. So the most important thing is, at the beginning we give you scripts, right? Because that's how you learn.
Mm.
But it's very, very important that you, especially as a closer, is like an actor. An actor in this way.
Mhm.
When you're a professional actor or actress, you need to develop certain skills that is part of your profession, so to say. So an actor needs to have good memorizing skills, because they
Yeah.
have to be constantly memorizing scripts to different performances, to different shows. So an actor that cannot memorize a script, very unlikely that they become a great actor, because they're going to be kind of like, freezing in the scenes, right? So the same happens with closing. Is we need to develop the skills to be able to memorize our basic questions. And it's even easier than becoming an actor, because actors just they change scripts all the time. They're just, portraying different characters all the time. But we're not. Like, we have a methodology, and our methodology has a set of questions. And you just memorize those questions and you're good to go for life, essentially. And then as as the method evolves, some questions will just create some variations and whatnot. But that's the beauty of remote closing in that sense. So at the beginning, if it's helpful just to take imperfect action, yes, have it in front of you where you can read it. That's okay. But the moment you start doing that, there's got to be another task in parallel, which is stop relying on the script. I always, always, always recommend this. Every time I get asked this question, I always say the same. I have one client that's in elite that he's like, oh, but I'm sure that you can have like a like a visual or something, right, with the basic questions to just to help you to have some sort of like support. And I was like, nope, you should have those questions memorized. You shouldn't have questions to read anywhere. Your questions should be memorized, period. Oh, but you should have at least a visual, right? A visual of discovery phase, presentation phase. And I was like saying, at the beginning I did, but now I don't. So eventually the answer is no. Like, you should not need any kind of thing in front of you to be able to know exactly where you're at in your process, what's next, and what are the questions inside of each section. Because it's just like, it's the basics of the basics. Of course, I know, Solange, you're learning, you're in the certification process, so no worries. It's normal that you are in this situation. It's totally normal. It's totally perfect. But I'm telling you, towards the future, towards the future, you don't want to be like nobody here, guys. You don't want to be that closer that gets their first client or lands their first offer, and they have like a script there. You don't want to be that person, because it puts you in a very weak position. Is because, like, if you're on a call and you cannot be present because you haven't memorized the questions and all you're thinking in your mind is what question I'm going to ask, and you're on a real call, that is a problem. That to me is a huge problem, because the fact that you are focused on the question tells me that you cannot see. You cannot scan the room. You cannot see the doors. You cannot feel the person. You cannot see their body language. You can't see that because you're busy. You're occupied focusing on the questions. So it's just a very, very, very damaging weakness that we've created for ourselves, right? So it's very, very, very important. And this is like the base of the base of the base